While the East Coast is going to be dealing with that large low pressure system, we here across the Midwest are actually going to be dealing with quiet conditions and cold conditions as we start off our next work week after a string of warm days, to say the least. A strong cold front is beginning to move its way through parts of Wisconsin right now, and back behind that, we're expecting cold temperatures and breezy conditions. Wind advisories across western and eastern parts of North Dakota. We find a stretch of wind advisories going from about, I would say, the Marshall, Minnesota area all the way back into northern parts of Illinois. We're not in any sort of wind advisory right now. That could change, and if it does, we'll send that alert to you through our weather app, through social media as well. But we are expecting these gusts to be upwards of 30, if not 40 miles per hour. And you can see where that wall of wind is beginning to move through parts of north central Minnesota. And that's going to eventually take over as we go into mainly your, I would say, Monday, late morning hours onwards for us here in southern Wisconsin. We haven't quite seen those winds turn out of the northwest yet, but there is a bit of a wind chill. That's that pink number there. So while we're in the mid to upper 30s, it feels more or less like we're about 10 or so degrees cooler, sitting in those low to mid and even upper 20s right now. Winds are going to continue to remain breezy here as we go throughout the evening. That yellow line is our sustained wind speed, so 15 to 20 miles per hour, but those gusts really start to peak as we cross that midnight hour onwards and stay breezy as we go into your Monday. Let's walk Future Track into Monday, and after a few flurries pass through overnight, we're going to really slowly clear out the cloud cover for your Monday. Probably going to start off more cloudy and then become more partly sunny as the day goes on. You see these white lines, those are those northwesterly winds. Again, the faster they're moving, the windier it's going to be, and we'll take a look here in just a moment how cold it's going to feel even as we head into kind of the early to mid-afternoon. We're looking at teens, if not single-digit wind chill values as we kick off our Monday. So again, this is in the afternoon when we should be at our warmest. It's going to feel like about 10 or 15 degrees. So make sure that you are bundled up tomorrow. If the kids have school tomorrow, they certainly need to bundle up as well. The good news is the cold doesn't last. As our winds turn out of the south, not only do we warm on up, we actually reintroduce the threat for rain as we go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then of course Sunday is Christmas Eve there. So we are looking at a wet end to next week, and unfortunately that's all going to be rain. It's not looking like snow. It looks like it's just going to be rain. We got a pretty seasonal evening out there for us, teens and 20s for overnight lows. Now speaking of Christmas, again, it's almost on our extended forecast. Our Christmas average temperature has actually increased over the last 30 years from the 153-year trend, which does include 2022, by about 0.9 degrees. So almost a whole degree it's warmed since 1992. So that just shows you that, unfortunately, Christmas is warming. Now, obviously, this year it's probably going to be on the warmer side, and it doesn't look like there's any snow. Other than that chance on Monday, it's just rain, and our temperatures are going to be about 10 to 15 degrees warmer than average once again starting on Thursday. Kind of looking like a wet and dreary few days there before Christmas.
I went for a walk this morning. That was really nice. I just
gosh.
wore like a nice little windbreaker, and that was great. Like, that's all I needed. And I'm like thinking about back when there was a polar vortex. I'm like, what's going on?
Things change.
They do.
Time does change. Have you heard of silent walking, where you don't listen to music and you just are in nature?
No, but that sounds really peaceful.
It does. I couldn't do that.
I like to listen to things or talk to people when I'm on my walks. That's kind of.
Hey, if you see her out, talk to her.
Yeah, say hello. All right, well, thank you. The green and gold were searching for a bounce back at Lambeau Field, but Pablo